Hello and welcome to EFAP Mini Super Chat Catch Up for the 300th episode.
Oh,
Woohoo!
woo!
Unironically, a lot. It's
There's a lot of episodes.
a lot of
It
episodes.
is.
Yeah, talk about a lot of stuff.
It took The Simpsons, what, like 14 years to get to 300 episodes?
We beat them. We beat them out. They had no chance.
We,
Sorted.
they didn't really. No, they didn't. I don't know if it's practical to make 52 episodes of, 50 episodes per year,
Well,
20-minute episodes. Then again, I think the runtime would be higher on the EFAP episodes, but of course,
That's
animation
true.
versus podcast.
correct.
not
Animation
quite
is
comparable.
easier than podcasting.
I didn't
That's a
say
good point.
That's you. That's your
Another
opinion,
big W
not
for
mine.
Fringy.
Okay,
Yep. You would
your
know.
opinion.
He's into animation. He's like our expert. So feels good to know that. I'm
Whenever we're streaming,
proud.
Fringy is
Okay, I
constantly
mean,
saying, "Oh, I wish
guess
I was
I'll-
animating."
Yeah.
I guess I'll take that. I'll own being an expert. It's in animation. Sure, I'll take that.
Yeah, I just, maybe animation in general one day can catch up to us. We're now established. We've done more than all of animation in just this humble podcast. So, we'll see it someday. Anyway, we're gonna check out some of the message you guys sent in during this
Hooray.
wonderful event, and I imagine this may be split into more than one. The title will be appropriate as needed, I suppose. But let's get started. The first one says, "Hi Rags,
Hello.
the 300th FAP begins."
Yes, it does.
Correct.
Indeed, it did.
Woo, the
I hope
6th
we made it
year
through.
of EFAPpening. Yes, the well, just so like the anniversary signal the end of and the
The end
beginning
of the
of
year.
in a way. Like it's both.
Because the end is the beginning or something. I'm sure
Something
that
like
there's
that.
a much more profound
I think
quote
so.
that encapsulates that idea.
Congrats, Mauler, Rags, Fringy, not Jay though. Love you guys. Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Happy 300 to all you beautiful massives. Now rank all 300 EFAP episodes from best to worst. JK, unless. Wish you all the best.
Just
Hi,
kidding.
Rags.
Hello.
Yeah, that would take a while. And I you know what? Out of all the things to rank, I'd probably pick something else. More fun to do.
Yeah.
I'd rather rank the
I
Simpsons
don't know.
episodes.
Should you rank your own stuff? Is that I suppose speaking of Simpsons, I mean I'm sure the writers have all expressed preferences for their favorite episode.
That's
to be
true.
fair, so maybe there's something that could be done, but not today.
Long live EFAP. I mean, yeah, it's pretty long if you watch the whole thing. It's many a season. Hello, Massives. Congrats on 6 years of EFAPping. Been listening from the beginning and hope to listen for many more years to come. Hail to you three, hail to the guests, and hail to chat. Hail indeed. Then we got a Shiba dog shaking body from left to right, surrounded by red hearts. Oh, wonderful.
Oh,
Oh,
all
so
right.
it's a Shiba that's like overwhelmed with joy,
Yes.
which is a good thing to be overwhelmed by.
Of
I
all
would
the things
say.
to be overwhelmed by, that's the one you choose, I guess.
Yeah, rather than I suppose you could be overwhelmed by apathy.
But you wouldn't choose
But
it. You would.
No. Overwhelmed with contentment.
Someone
I guess
might
that's-
choose that one if they're like, I want to feel that, and you're like, okay, I guess.
I want to feel apathetic, overwhelmingly.
I would
mean,
like
sure.
to feel the feeling of not feeling. like, okay.
I'd like to feel overwhelmingly neutral, like the neutral people in Futurama.
They should have been left
I
alone, man.
overwhelmingly have no strong opinion one way or the other.
We are EFAP. Snaps. That's what Iron Man should have said. That's what Ray should have said when she was fighting Palpatine as well.
Well,
It's
I
just-
am EFAP.
Yeah, just put EFAP into all films. Let people know about it.
What does it mean though to be EFAP? Like to literally be it?
That's what all the show's about. Every episode. An answer. That's the eternal question.
I mean, are we doing something wrong if it's an eternal question that we can't answer?
Well, in the same way as, like, what is the meaning of life? You know, there's a lot of answers, a lot of different ways you can develop it. Truly, no one likes to claim they've got the definitive answer.
That's true, but but sometimes they might, and they're like, "Oh no, I
Oh, dude, the
shan't,
guy
I
who found
shan't
out the
share it."
actual answer was probably like, "Oh shit, I don't know if I should." No, I'll put it away in this book.
Yeah, I'll tuck it away in my pocket.
Yeah.
It'll be there in my pocket, nice and cozy.
Watching EFAP is the only thing that brings me joy in life. Aw,
Aha.
that's going to
I
be an
mean, I'm
appropriate
glad that we
comment.
can do that. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's something that we can do for you.
I wish
But
more things would give you joy, but we're happy to be one of the things.
I just see that as a sort of like I'm up for some boogie content, and they were provided such a thing, a celebration of the year. They were given their boogie chapters. Oh, see, we got another Shiba dog shaking his body left to right, surrounded by red hearts. Beautiful.
Ooh boy.
That is good.
Cheers, lads! It's my first anniversary stream after a couple of years, and it also happens to be my birthday. You guys have been amazing the past 6 years. Keep up the good work. Well, happy birthday,
Thanks.
and
Happy
thank you very much.
birthday.
Yeah. Good job. You made it.
You did.
At least for a little while.
Hi, Rags. Hi, Frog Daddy
Hello.
G. Hi, Mubschley.
Hey.
Hi, Wags.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Frongo.
Well, wait. Now I'm getting confused.
No, I guess there's different names. Like Hi Mubsheem is the next one. So hello, and then hello Rags is.
Hello.
Hello Fringy,
Oh.
and hello Mola. Hi again.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm
3 highs.
confused, but
And a big hello to
okay.
chat, of course. You kept them involved, and that's nice.
I'm sure they appreciate that.
Hey fellas, won't be able to watch this amazing stream as I'm getting married today. Congrats on 300. Through the years of struggle at this point, this amazing podcast called EFAP was there for me since I found it on episode 3. Aww.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I hope
Good
you have
job
a
on getting married.
wonderful mariage. That's what the French say.
Is that how they say it? Are you sure?
I've got a French guy in my house, so I usually ask him about that stuff.
What's his name? Is it Baguette?
That's a girl's name.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, Baguette.
Is his name Baguette?
His name is Dr. Legoudives.
Was okay.
Oh.
Well, is a doctor?
Yeah.
Yeah, Legoudives.
What do you got a doctor doing in your house?
Every time I've tried to ask him, like, what is the nature of his doctoriness, he always gets very
throws baguettes at you?
defensive.
He
Throws
just says
baguettes
you
at
are
you?
a sick man.
Yeah, I think maybe it has something to do with like he's just maybe it was like it's a bad doctor thing. Like he became a doctor in a bad way. And he doesn't
Does
want
he
to talk
throw
about
accordions at you?
it. He really just doesn't throw stuff generally.
Okay.
Um
Does he look at you as though he would throw accordions at you if he had them in abundance?
I'm not sure how that look goes. I'm gonna have to Google it.
Okay.
But I will update you. I'll get my
Please
science
do.
team on it as well.
Please do.
Happy Fabiversary! Thank you.
Indeed.
Hello.
My first live anniversary. So happy for you guys. Oh, it's fun. Hopefully you had lots of entertainment, amusement.
And we wouldn't hold it against you if you didn't stick around for the whole thing. Like that's understandable.
Grats on 300. Thank you. Gay. Also, could you wish my friend Kuro a happy birthday? Oh, happy birthday, Kuro. Hope you're having a good time. Or rather, did have a good time.
Did when it was happening.
And that when it's on the way this year, you also have a good time yet again. Rags, you want to say anything to Kuro?
Kuro. Good job.
Job.
Yeah. I think it's a solid, safe kind of answer that covers your bases, but at the same time can be earnest, and I'm glad for his success.
Inclined to agree. Congratulations on your 300th anniversary. Wow.
Thank you.
For a while,
we made it.
300th anniversary. Yeah,
I was gonna say, this has been a long show.
That's 294 anniversaries away. I was trying to figure out in my mind if it's 294 or 293. No, God damn it, it's 293 anniversaries away, isn't it?
Our next one will be the 7th anniversary, right?
Yeah,
which
so I mean,
means we'll still have
yeah.
293, or would that be 293 and a half, I guess, is what you say?
You see my predicament here? Yeah,
Yeah.
which I'm confused.
English is failing us. That's the problem, really.
Mhm.
Happy 6 years, you massives. Thank you very much. Congratulations on 6 years, my beloved Longs. Thanks for the many hours of free entertainment. I'm forever grateful. No problemo. We're glad you fellas enjoy it. And ladies, of course. And then this one. This is what truly starts us off. In all caps. Tipples. That is...
Tipples!
Tipples!
I begged you! I begged you!
I
I begged you,
you!
man! I begged you! So bullshit. And then the eye is darting over to see if his roommate is gonna unplug his computer for him.
Well, it was definitely, he told the roommate, I'm gonna yell, and that's when you pull it, okay?
And that's when, yeah.
And so then he yelled,
when
and he
I
was
went,
like, "You haven't pulled it. What the fuck?" And then the
yeah,
roommate was
we
like,
gotta
"Oh
do
shit!
it.
Oh, hang on, I got this."
Whoopsie me.
I want to die. I'm so unhappy.
I'm no
I
cinematographer.
hate this. I hate fucking breathing air. I hate being alive. I'm
I
in
hate
so much
being alive. I
fucking
hate
pain.
being
I
alive.
can't fucking stand it anymore. I ruined my fucking life. I just want it to be over. And then Wake's just like, well, you haven't though.
I love how the dialogue is almost that good that we remember it that well. It's like, it's really funny. Like,
It's incredibly funny that you've just got this over dramatic freak out met with a very tepid like, well, that's not true.
yeah.
It's perfect. It's just it's like he failed the conversation check in like Fallout. Like he tried it and it didn't work.
They semi recently did a story where fucking his girlfriend leaves him for literally like 2 hours just for the show, obviously, and he like cries, and holy shit, it's some of the most like pathetic fake acting crying you've like. He has his head down, and Keemstar was like, you know, like, Boogie, what are you doing? Come on. Then he just goes, I'm having trouble, Diane. And I was like, what the fuck?
Who are we kidding? You know, like you would think that he would have gotten better at fake crying. You know, like
You would have
maybe he
thought.
figured he might need to prepare for it over the decade
It
that
was
he was
stunning.
leveraging pity.
How
For his
gross and
career.
pathetic the thing with his mum's grave was. You know, how put
Yeah,
upon
and
it was.
that just kind of like came and went. That wasn't something that him going to the grave and saying people love you because you made me.
You made
Like,
me.
oh my god.
But yeah, just the whole like the way that he cried in that was just it's like, God, do another take, man. This is so pathetically fake.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, broadly speaking, like you know, not even, I don't even think it was the end of the stream. It was like halfway through the stream. She just walks in the room and hugs him, and it's like, we made up. It's great. Oh, thank goodness. Just like, shut up. All the comments of the fan base at this point are just like, it's none of it's real. It's like, yeah, because it was fun when it was real. It's not
Yeah,
real
it's not
anymore.
funny. It's not funny when you're doing it on purpose. It's funny to see Boogie really squirm, not when he's faking it for some kind of dumb storyline.
If you
He's
don't
not
know
a
there's
talented
actual
enough writer.
misery behind it,
Yeah, and it's not fun.
We like our clean, good misery over here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Love me some EFAP. Happy 300. Well,
Thanks.
EFAP, you remain consistently entertaining for me. Gay actor Michael Douglas and my late shifts of being gay at work. Love you, lads. Aw. Thank you, gay actor Michael Douglas. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Very much liking Shadow's new Doom powers. Was this Sonic 3 or Shadow? There are many different shadows in media, but that's the only one that's coming to mind in terms of modern stuff. I mean, recent stuff, I should say. The Doom powers we covering that would have Shadow in it that isn't Sonic. I have to assume they're talking about the classic amazing Shadow that is Sonic's antagonist turned grand. You've seen Sonic 3, of course, haven't you, Rex?
Yeah, I really liked Shady, the
The
gopher. Yeah, he was a really good guy. He was really cool. I liked it when he had the gun
Yeah.
and he used it to fight. And I really like Doctor Robot and the fox that flies around.
Mm-hmm. Good
I
stuff.
it was really good. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was really fun. It just really brought out really brought out the autist in me, and I clapped at the pretty colors.
A new neat little guy was discovered for Fringy to enjoy.
Oh,
Oh,
I think I've heard of this.
So this is a new animal, I believe, has been discovered.
okay.
Rampholian Baraducci is what I have to assume. That's how that's pronounced.
He's Italian.
Looks like this, I guess.
What?
Oh my goodness.
What is he? What kind of is he a lizard?
I think so.
Looks
Not
like
a
a
bird.
lizard. Yeah, it looks like kind of like a chameleon, but
He looks like he's extremely thin, and if you
Yeah.
saw him
yeah, he does.
head on,
And he looks
just,
like look at his mouth. He's got like a very
hello.
Well, the expression is fantastic. It's like,
Yeah.
can you leave, please? Like,
Slightly awkward.
Yeah, that's a really.
is there a
good
reason you're
expression.
taking a photo of me against my consent? Like, that's not.
Yeah,
I look like this twig to avoid these kinds of interactions. Specifically, I've evolved to not have these awkward interactions.
If I leave, are
with
you
strangers.
gonna follow me? Like, I'd prefer that you didn't. I like him. What a fun guy. He was discovered in Tanzania not long ago. Also, they found a new spider in Australia somehow. That makes sense to me.
I mean, that doesn't really surprise me at all. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Congratulations on the anniversary, gents. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I swear to God, if we don't get the Pipeman, he's put updates on his channel. He's going through a lot of things. Happy to stay in contact and have him on when he's more than ready. We do love pipes, Pipemans included. So here we are again, starting off by watching a momentous amount of cringe shat out by this gluttonous mandrill. Can this please be the last time? Well, it's
Mandrill.
It's tradition. If we don't start with Jim Sterling, I feel like everything will break, right? It'll be over.
He brings us good luck for the
Yeah.
coming year.
Everyone loves the gaming start. It's always great and not cringe at all. Just 700 more EFAPs until Wolf is host again. Might want to dust off your resume, Fringy. Well, yeah. I mean, I think it was said that he would come back for the full episode for 1,000. So we're on the way. I see.
And that's. I mean, when you think about how long away that
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, so well over a decade from now, but when we're in the year like 2040,
16 years, right? That up.
Would it be 14 years, right?
Well, if 7 years got us to 300, or maybe it's 6 years to get us to 300,
Isn't
then
it meant to be
12.
that 10 years? Oh wait,
14,
sorry,
you're right.
mate. Yeah, 10 years.
I
will
rounded
be
up.
500.
I should have rounded down.
So what, in 2030, 2037, or 2038?
Yeah, so, around the corner. Only watch these live on the anniversary. Praise the Cosmic Chicken. Give your offerings to the spiders. Reject Diabito and enjoy your milk. Hi, Rag.
Hello.
That is the anthem of EFAP. Lord Froggleton, Count Raggleton, and the other Moobelheimer. Happy anniversary, gentlemen. Thank you for being so awesome and for giving us all so many laughs over the years. Can't wait to see more. Well. We shall provide more.
Laughs out of it, yeah.
Yeah.
When I heard Moobelheimer, I thought of Metal Commander.
Hmm.
Moobelheimer, Metal Commander.
There are some names that cross our names a bit, yeah. Congrats on 6 years. You can twit my tipples any day. Aw.
Hooray.
That's trust right there. It's trust. Happy 300th, everyone. Well done getting here. What cartoons, old or new, do you think have had the greatest decline or maintained good quality? Greatest decline is easy, isn't it?
is The Simpsons,
Yep.
yeah, and maintain quality is South Park.
Yeah, that's
And so that feels like the easiest way to explain it. The Simpsons was excellent, one of the greatest television shows ever made, and now it's just kind of bad. And South Park has remained relevant and funny,
I would
even
also
though it's run for a similar amount of time. Well over 25 years.
as we said before, it was almost every aspect you could even think to talk about in The Simpsons has deteriorated. It's really sad to look
Yeah.
at.
One of the things that I think has helped South Park is that the show has evolved where it made sense for it to evolve. You can see in the earlier seasons almost the desire to follow the kind of route that The Simpsons did in establishing your supporting cast and general dynamics. Like there are certain characters that would appear, like Uncle Jimbo and Ned and Bob Brady and what was the name of the weird scientist guy? Do you remember him? God, I can't remember his name. Some of these early recurring
Yeah.
characters, but then it sort of became apparent that characters like Butters and Randy were more versatile and that it was worthwhile to invest more time and storylines in those characters. It's like they went where they took the story and the characters where it seemed natural to take them rather than relying on a formula and sticking to it even when it wasn't producing good results anymore. I think it's a more dynamic show in terms of its long-term success.
Yeah, whereas it felt like Simpsons, they were just trying to figure out how to make it go forever. So,
Pretty much.
kid mode is bad for kids. Failure is an important lesson. I think this is because the topic was beginning to
Oh,
surface.
accessibility and difficulty in
Yeah, this is
video
where we
games
found
and-
out about
yeah.
the situational disabilities, which was
Oh, yeah.
just
That was
amazing.
embarrassing.
Yeah, that was crazy. What's the crack? Toxic or Crake? Toxic Brooders and Gang and the Trio 2, I guess. Congrats on 300. Been here since Sargon's video on Mauler, so I have a tenner. Also, hi Raggleton Bear.
Hello.
Yeah, that was like actually 7 years ago or something. That was near the beginning of EFAP, I think. So, neato. Long live EFAP. Forrest Gump sucks. Damn.
I haven't seen Forrest Gump in a while, but I like it. I don't think. What did it win over for the Academy? I know that it won over. It won over a film that I definitely believe is a lot better than Forrest Gump, but I can't remember which year that was. I
Yeah,
must find out. What did it beat?
I know the discussion on Forrest Gump, though, has like evolved into lots of different opinions about the characters, and just whether or not the film
Sure.
itself is,
Yeah.
worthwhile, I guess.
Oh, yeah, Forrest Gump beat Pulp Fiction and Shawshank.
Damn.
That is bullshit.
I just like that everybody would be like, no.
No. But that happened plenty of times, right? Of just
Yeah.
a film winning the Academy Awards where you're like, really? Like The Hurt Locker beating Inglorious Bastards in District 9. It's
I
like,
do like The
man,
Hurt Locker,
like,
but
Hurt
yeah,
Locker's a
no.
good movie. It's a good movie, but it's not that good. It's not good enough to beat those ones.
Massives, what is your profession? And they do the, oh, remember? It's the 300.
I do.
Happy
Their profession
300.
is making noises loudly in unison.
Thank you all for pretty much endless work you do. Hosts, guests, behind the scenes, editors, chat, mods. Good show, lads. Well, thank you. Glad you enjoyed. You Dumbos finally got a sponsor. Who better to support this epic milestone than Zack Snyder and Leonidas? Happy 300. Could you imagine
Hooray.
if Zack Snyder was like, I'm interested in sponsoring EFAP?
Huh.
Oh, really? Interesting. What would that entail?
But why, Zachary? Why would you want to do that at all? Also, you still got DDLC to be played. Do it. Maybe someday. Who knows? Oh, someone posted a pear character dancing under a rain of confetti, taking his hat off to say, "You are amazing."
Oh, like a pear fruit?
I think
Like
so.
a little green, okay.
Happy 300th EFAP, you massive. Still going strong after 6 years. The dawn has truly blessed us all. Yeah. Well into the 7th year now as well. It just keeps on going. Can't believe I was watching the live Proto EFAP episode when I was going to turn 24 soon, and now I'm about to turn 30. Thanks for all the entertainment fleams and tisms over the years. Yep. It just, the more it goes on, the crazier it is to look back and be like, holy shit, guys. I saw this thing quite a while ago. Not gonna lie, I threw my kids to the wolves by having them play NES games at a young age. I also wouldn't beat things for them. I'd show them how, but I'd never do it for them. It's so weird that people want to strip away all the struggles away from their kids. Games are a great way to learn perseverance. It's kind of funny that it's like, is it better or worse to strip it away from adults? Like, you know, because like kids, I think a lot of them might grab a guide or have some assistance here and there, especially on games that truly are just too beyond. If we're talking like super young, I don't know. There's something about being an adult and trying to beat a game that is very much beatable that just be like, I give up. So that you look at a guide, it's like, oh no. Like, well, you gotta get good. That's
You
if we
do.
learn
You really
nothing
have
from
to
the
get
Dark
good.
Souls
When you're
community.
when you're young and you don't have as much video game experience, then beating games that are at least difficult for you at the time, it's really extra rewarding, and it's very it gives you a lot of memories for gaming that can last quite a while. All those difficult games that I beat when I was really young, and you remember the struggle and the challenge, and then finally being able to do it. And it instills in you the idea that not everything's just going to be a cakewalk. Not every game's just going to be super easy or simple, and some things are worth really working towards.
Watching this while holding my Cthulhu plushie. Aw. He'll take care of you with the little squid as well. Thank you, the Fleamish Massives of EFAP, for exposing me to such good rat and helping me avoid the sludge that has taken over. Y'all, love y'all. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
We do try at some points, for sure. Pathologic 2 does well with indicating intended difficulty and using its mechanics artistically. Difficulty is kind of like, kind of reminds me of just mechanics in general falling to the wayside with game design over time. It feels like a given, like,
difficulty is part of the artistic expression.
There's that. There's also just this. It feels like there was a big meeting with all of the game people, and they decided, not only like the broad meeting was mechanics don't matter anymore. Let's not care about them, but also difficulty should be always something that never gets in the way. That should always be what it is, and we should always have systems in place that never prevent a player from progressing. And I don't know, maybe
It's
one
like
guy raised his hand, and then they were like, "Good, I'm glad we all agree." And like, oh. I don't know, yeah, because there was a big old transfer at some point with eras on how games work, and I don't know, I almost miss the fun days of just dropping into a world after you hit start, and it's just like, go nuts, and no tutorials. You just press buttons and figure out what the fuck you're supposed to do. Go. A different world. Not to say that is
there's a
the
good
only
feeling
way or
in
the
the
best way to
game.
do it, it's just,
Yeah, I appreciate the game telling me that like it has mechanics that exist and things, but there is something to be said about the sense of discovery when you start up a new game and you're just sort of, all right, new thing, let's just go and do it. Especially because tutorials can really, if they're done poorly or they don't give you the option to skip them, they could really hurt the pacing early on.
correct. Heard that Sekiro's boss and difficulty design required the devs to beat every boss without being hit once. Thoughts on this type of game design? That's interesting. I would I appreciate the spirit underneath, which is that you need to be able to master the thing that you've designed. I guess to prove like the potential of what you've created, but at the same time, you know, it depends, I guess. Like I don't know, because beating the boss and understanding the boss, but doing it all without taking a single hit. I wonder if that would take enough time that it would start to eat into their development time. Because that
Yeah,
could be tough.
because a lot of the times people who make games, they're not going to be the best at playing the games
Yeah.
because they're busy making games. They're focusing all their attention on making the game itself. Whereas a lot of people can just spend lots and lots and lots of time learning the game top to bottom and practicing on its execution.
I appreciate the interest. I was curious how practical it is, because I'll definitely take that over the people who fucking don't play the games at all, or play them, realize they're broken, and just go, whatever. Like, just put them out. It's too late. Fuck it. Dragon Age's games were hard into the dark fantasy setting, good or bad. Latest one is now lighter in every style. Factor in all the other issues people have noticed, and I'm not interested. Yeah, that's
Well,
fair.
clearly, lots of people weren't interested.
A lot of people.
As
I
it
think
turns out.
I saw EA stock drop by like 17% in a day, and I was like, "Holy actual shit!"
When are we gonna move on from this stupid fucking era of the reaction being like, "Wow, chuds, you've ruined," blah, blah, and it's just like, no, stop. Just say like, "Well, that's
I think
disappointing."
too much money's been lost. Like, it's if it feels like it's unsustainable to have any other reaction, then we should probably be responsive to
You
the
know,
feedback that we're receiving.
there was a time where a game could come out, I could play it, and I could be like, "This is so shitty," and make fun of it, and it wouldn't be considered a political statement. I could
No,
just,
it would just be, yeah, this sucks. It's like,
This game
yeah,
sucks.
it does suck.
yep.
Rather than like, I wonder who you voted for because you don't like this game.
I mean, weirdly, I feel like the most it probably wasn't the beginning, but the most overt time where that feels like it changed, it's like a snap happened, was TLJ. It was like, if you did or didn't like that film,
Yeah.
you obviously voted
Yeah.
one way or
Yeah.
the other. Which was weird and annoying, because it was just terrible. I watched John Wick 1 earlier today and Pirates 1 yesterday. Both of these films are so good. John Wick 4 and Pirates 5 felt so soulless in comparison. Yep.
Yeah.
Pirates 5.
Yep.
I can't even remember Pirates the 5th one.
I do.
Javier Bardem is in that one.
Yeah, because he's in the rotation of people you hire to be bad guys.
He's the bad guy because
yeah.
No Country for Old Men.
There's so many people who have that role. Like, well,
Well,
it's their turn.
then you have an excellent role, and then it's like, hey, we can just use you for our
This
much
is your
worse script.
life path.
And funnily enough, there's an achievement for completing the game as Fat Nathan Drake under 5 hours. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, we must have been talking about, yeah.
We did mention Fat Naked Drake.
No, hey.
Donut Drake.
Sorry, I was thinking about Fat Naked Drake there for a second.
It feels like you were thinking of Naked Snake. Isn't that from Metal Gear Solid? And then Drake, because it rhymes. But no,
Yes.
Donut Drake. He's a Chongo just making his way to Shangri-La.
And see, you don't get that anymore,
right
but it is considered offensive when it should be considered representative. There's many in the audience who would feel.
Even Fat Naked Drake can do it too.
Exactly, it's inspirational.
Yeah.
My body is not your unlockable content.
Ooh. Thanks for covering Romulus. That movie sounded so dumb that it made me finally watch the Alien duology, and now I finally have a complete top 3 favorite films. 1, RoboCop. 2, Alien. 3, Aliens. Damn, dude. You just casually drop into watching Alien and Aliens. You're like, well, these are my favorite movies of all time. Not bad. They are that good, though. I'll give it to them. Holy shit, you know. Every time I rewatch them, I'm like, yep, these are 2 of the greatest films of all time, easily.
Mm-hmm.
In a minute, it doesn't sound like y'all are talking about Muller's Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough. I don't have one. Maybe that's what they mean.
Maybe that's why we're not talking about it.
Happy 6th anniversary, my brethrens. Maybe they mean brethren. I'm not sure.
My brothers.
Thanks for always keeping the integrity high. Also, hi, Rags.
Hello.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. We always keep our integrity high.
We try. We got integrity. That's what they say, right?
Integrity.
Integrity. That's right. Randy Marsh has got integrity. Yeah.
He does. If an RPG came out with a setting that skips all dialogue and cutscenes, it would be lambasted for how it treats its story. Why shouldn't an option to remove the gameplay be viewed equally badly? I don't know. That's what I mean about the meeting.
That's a fair point, though, because yes, if there was a mode that said remove the story for me, that would get shit on.
There's a
I
place
mean,
for
the reality
it,
is there was something I was thinking about this with the Game Awards. If you ever watch the Game Awards, you'll notice that there are a whole bunch of awards that they'll just fly past. Like they have the awards where they actually go up on stage and let the winners talk, and have the fanfare. But a lot of them will just be, yeah, so best RPG, yeah, best sports game, best strategy game, and it will just get relayed. And isn't it a little bit odd that at the Game Awards you can have entire genres get run past very quickly, but you will do like best narrative. The best narrative will get to go up on stage, but like, oh, you're the best RPG? Who cares? Like just on to the next one. Not that there's anything wrong with celebrating storytelling in video games. Of course, that's a good thing, but it almost strikes me as fascinating that that is the case. That entire genres will just sort of be moved past very quickly. But a category that many games aren't even eligible for because a lot of games don't even have like a story or are not trying to tell a story. They just get, it's just like, yeah,
Just
we'll put a lot
focusing
of
on being
attention on that.
games.
But if you're a strategy game, fucking who cares? Like, we're just on to the next award. I suppose the point being made there is that it almost feels like kind of what you were talking about before, Mauler, that the conversation around the importance of certain aspects of the interactivity of video games has just kind of been dismissed without any conversation at all. To a degree that's almost baffling. That like the notion that difficulty can be and often is a form of artistic expression within the lens of a video game. It's like, well, no, that's something that can just arbitrarily be altered. It ought to be, and if you don't do that, then you're doing something wrong.
Yeah, it's I don't know if it'll change. Hopefully, back someday, and that we've kind of plateaued in terms of this pursuit of graphics. Not that that's what's definitely happened. Just that it would be nice if that's something that happened and that mechanics became something that people could compete over. Like our game can do this, our game
nice,
can do
but
this.
I don't know. I don't know. For as long as for as long as there is a huge amount of hype around a lot of the Sony third-person action adventure games that don't have particularly robust mechanics but have big graphics and lots of cutscenes. As long as that's like
Well, it's like we've reset.
Stealth elements and light RPG elements.
It's like we've reset into gamers originally were playing games for the gaming experience, and then we were still doing that, but we just watched the graphics increase every time, and I still remember all the significant jumps and everyone just being like wowed by it, which was suitable and fair because the mechanics was still there. It was like, yeah, that's what games are. And now it feels like we're redoing that because you have those kinds of Sony games, and I saw a post the other day that was like, Last of Us 2, some of the greatest mechanics we've seen in video games. Like someone posted that, and it's just like, holy shit!
Like, God damn, you need to play some video games.
You only play on console. You only play certain kinds of games.
It's like they've
and you never venture out of that tiny little room that you exist in.
It's like they've started a different arc, or the reverse arc. They only play for the graphics, and slowly they're experiencing different mechanics, and they're like, wow, look at the mechanics in this one. It's like, yeah.
You're impressed by the mechanics that have existed for ages in other games. It doesn't feel like the kind of problem that you would have for somebody who only plays Nintendo games, for example. If you're only playing Nintendo games, you probably do have a lot of appreciation for mechanics.
Exactly.
Because those are games that have a lot of emphasis on mechanics and design, rather than graphics, cutscenes, and
yeah, they have versatile verbs.
Ambitions. That's right.
Ooh, yeah, they do.
And in mind.
I'm
in your
smart.
pocket. Hi guys, happy 300th. I finally found out what species Fringy is. He's a quar. Look them up, fellas. Their culture is similar to hobbits, if hobbits consistently waged war on each other.
A quar?
Quar. So Quar is a quar. species.
War Games Atlantic.
Oh, I see. Oh, guess. So, Fringy, can you confirm or deny this accusation?
Oh, they look like the Spy versus Spy people.
Hmm.
I mean, but what? I like what are they meant? Is it just specifically that they've got a beak?
I guess so, and they're
Yeah, that's
multicolored, so there's
huge.
definitely green ones, I assume.
Yeah, but but it's a mask. It's not like my DNA or something. It's not.
Wait, is it a
It's the
mask?
yeah. It's a plague doctor mask.
Is your old avatar
Yeah,
under
that's
your new one?
no.
Okay. Suppose that's your answer.
I hope they do well. I hope that they win their battle.
Yeah,
But
I hope
yeah,
so
because I
too.
guess they are going to battle because they're waging war. What are they part of? Like what part? I guess a tabletop game or something.
I think so. Some sort of wargaming thing.
Hmm.
Happy 300 Massives, thanks for all the great content. Also, hi Rags.
Hello.
Thank you very much. Happy anniversary, thanks for all the EFAP movies. Oh, there's many more on the way. So
Mm-hmm.
many more. I almost wish I could talk about everything that ever gets made or is in production, but then you'd all lose your minds. You'd be like, whoa.
What?
It'd be crazy. Yeah, I mean we're up to what, like 70 something or I can't remember. It's it just feels weird that there's like 70 plus videos of just, do you want to watch a movie with us? And that's what they function as. But
Do you want to
they're
watch
not always movies you
movies?
might want to see. But
No,
that's
they're not
okay.
always movies we want to see.
Exactly. Happy anniversary, you massives. Here's to another good year of media criticism and pausing every frame. Don bless and hi Rags.
Hello.
Thank you. Glad you
Looking
enjoy the
forwards
show.
to another. Yeah.
We are indeed.
We've gone through amazing things since that message was sent to us. We've learned
Those
so much.
350, well on the way. As is episode 1000, 10,000, 100,000. Gonna be great. Congrats on 300, fellas. Fringy, why is Crash Team Racing better than Mario 64?
The Mario. I presume they mean Mario Kart 64 because it feels like kind of a silly comparison if we're talking about Super Mario 64. I presume they mean Mario. I'm gonna treat it like you mean Mario Kart
Well, answer
64
both
rather than
questions.
Mario 64. I feel like making a comparison between a kart racing game and a 3D platformer is almost silly. I'm not sure
Wow.
what the comparison would be there. As for why Crash Team Racing is better than Mario Kart 64, and I think you can make the. In fact, I would probably make the case that at its core, Crash Team Racing is the better kart racing game, even if something like Mario Kart 8 is better in terms of its total amount of content. Basically it's the drifting. Like that's basically what makes all the difference. Crash Team Racing has a much more skill-based drifting system, a more skill-based and versatile system that if you get really good at it can really expand your possibilities in terms of playing that game. In a sense, you could say that fundamentally the skill floor for Mario Kart is lower, but the skill ceiling for Crash Team Racing is higher. It's basically because of the drifting and the boosting in association with the drifting. Like that's it. That's basically the argument. It's better. It is a better system. It offers you control.
All right. Fair enough. Tipples. Also, hi.
Hello, and a tipples to you.
Yeah, Tipples too. Friendly greeting in
Merry
our world.
Tipplemas.
Dude. Hi, Rags.
Hi.
X-Men Dark Phoenix was fun to watch. Which is better, Phase 1 or 2 Clone Troopers? And Rhino Milk is the only thing that brings me joy.
Interesting. Phase 1 or 2 clone troopers?
I'm gonna typically opt for the ones that make them look more distinct.
Yeah, the earlier ones, the Battlefront 1 style, the early clone troopers. I like them because I think Mahler's right. They do start to kind of become too stormtroopery, and then you have stormtroopers, and so I like the distinctiveness of the originals while also knowing, that they're like the first generation of a design.
I really like the Clone Trooper helmet design as well, especially in a world like Star Wars, and the fact that they become stormtroopers. Like, it was going to be a bit of a tough challenge, but they they really took time to be like how it morphed over time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you, Fringy?
Yeah.
Could you repeat the question?
No.
You, do you prefer Phase 1 or Phase 2 Clone Troopers?
Don't know that I have much of a preference, actually.
Are you sure?
He sounded
Yeah.
sure, yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough.
Thanks for all the memes, gaming streams, EFAPs, TVs, and movies throughout the year. Cheers to another year of FAPs. Twit my tipples, bring the fring, scratches for the doggo, and hail the long man.
Hooray!
Aw, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Happy EFAP 300 from Fan Expo Canada. We truly have fans everywhere. Probably. Fring, you'll appreciate this. This reminds me of an episode of Family Guy where Peter falls on his dad while dressed as a clown. Lois, you might want to call 2 ambulances. Unicycle stuck in butt. I think I remember that.
I vaguely recall this because I think he fell on his dad and killed him, and I think that was like the story for that episode.
I remember
Because
liking
that
his
dad
dad. He's such
character
an
only showed up a
aggressively
few times.
asshole character.
Yeah, I liked him too, but he just didn't show up much because I think that happened like relatively early on in the show.
Yeah.
It's like how they got rid of the toy factory boss. I can't remember his name.
Oh, fuck
They got
yeah,
rid of him pretty
because
quick as
he ends up
well.
working for Carrie Fisher, doesn't he?
Yeah, he works at the brewery. That's like his job, and that's where he stays for a long time afterward. Which
They make a
that
joke about
almost
it,
feels
right?
like
Like, at the end of an episode that relates to that, they're like, you know how TV episodes that are like episodic always reset? And then he's like, yeah, and it's like, they haven't solved the problem of his job, basically. And then they're just like, well, anyway. And it's just like, what?
well, yeah, they did
Repercussions
that
that stay for longer than an
sometimes.
episode? That's crazy.
And we're like, did you learn your lesson? Nope. And then it just ends.
Yeah, sorry, just ordering. I've watched Wolf and Rag since junior high. I've watched EFAP since it began junior year. I've graduated college now. Whatever's next, I'll be here for it.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. That's
Ooh.
crazy how far back things can go sometimes.
Yep. Glückwunsch. I don't know what that means, but yes.
You can take the heat.
Maybe it means happy
True.
anniversary.
Yeah,
300. That's EFAP. We should have Jared Butler on, I think.
Jared Butler, if you would like to be a guest on EFAP, then come on over, give us an email, or pop into the chat and send us a message. Like gay actor Michael Douglas.
Come on
and
down.
you.
I wonder what his
You
favorite
can,
movie is that he did. How to Train Your Dragon or Olympus Has Fallen.
Olympus Has Fallen.
Classic. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
movie.
that was when and then also Emmerich did his White House
Channing Tatum
action
one?
movie as well. Yeah. And was Jamie Foxx as well? I think so.
Ooh,
I think
can't
so.
remember.
It was just a funny thing of that's like two very similar premises for a movie, very, very near to each other. Kind of like
Listen.
Ants in a Bug's Life.
the walls in Hollywood are thin, so all of the directors can kind of hear what each other's doing, and so they kind of end up melding together
Well,
a
I
bit.
guess the thing
You
is
know?
that only one of them became because like Olympus Has Fallen became a series. They made more of them. I think there was London Has Fallen, and then there was another one, and I think there's also a television show as well.
Television has fallen.
Wow.
I don't know if that's what it's called. It might be.
Sounds intense. 6 years. Thank you so much. In return, please rate and roast my top 9 movies of all time. Magnolia, The Irishman,
Bullshit.
Lord of the
Terrible.
Rings, Old Boy,
Crap.
Pulp Fiction, Do the
Garbage.
Right Thing, Nymphomaniac, Oppenheimer, and Sophie's Choice.
I haven't heard of Sophie's Choice.
Not heard of that.
I don't think I have.
Often referenced as well as whenever characters have to make a very, very difficult choice, they'll say, I have to do a Sophie's Choice, sort of.
Okay. Yeah, I'd never heard of that.
But I think it's solid as a selection. I would have thought The Irishman would have been replaced by several of Scorsese's other films.
Yeah, like
I don't
Goodfellas or
hate The
something.
Irishman. I just feel like he better nailed what he was going for in that movie with other films. But Lord of the Rings, of course, Old Boy, Pulp Fiction, easy. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good selection. I like it. It shows some character in there, you know, of discernment that some people just be like, oh, my favorite movies like The Matrix, Lord of the Rings, and The Simpsons movie. You're like, okay, well, yeah, that's fine. It's always good to have one favorite movie that a lot of people haven't seen. That means that you're a movie buff. That's what that is.
He's a buff movie. Oh, yes.
Happy 300th from Wolf and Mauler's friendly snipping to today. You have come a long way. Here's to many more years of EFAP. Thank you for everything.
Hooray! Thanks for being here to watch it all happen.
An EFAP anniversary is the only joy I have in life. Happy 300th, boys. May your tipples be twitted.
May our tables be forever
I don't know.
Twippleted.
You don't really want that to happen, though.
You don't want
It
to twist your
depends.
tipples, that's true. Look at the pain that it caused Boogie. You don't want that to happen
That's
to you,
right.
do you?
I don't know. It's just if someone really wants it to happen, I suppose
I
we
mean, it's a
shouldn't
free
begrudge
country,
them.
but
Yeah, you know.
yeah.
Farewell and adieu to you, fair Fleamish massives. Farewell and adieu to you, massives of Fleam. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Toodaloo.
Is the 24-hour Dustborn review? No. I don't think so.
It's Dustborn.
Mauler, I'm currently watching your journey through Black Myth Wukong. I request more. And more shall happen potentially someday. I'm just not entirely sure what I'm up to when it comes to gaming. I never know. And to think, none of us would be here if it wasn't for the horrid man behind the terrible TLJ. Who am I talking about, you may ask? None other than Joel Miller, the destroyer of worlds. Happy anniversary, crew. Appreciate you all massively. Well, remember, was it Joseph Anderson or Just Right? Someone said that he was responsible for killing everyone.
I think
It
it was
wasn't
Just
Joseph
Right.
Anderson, right? It was Just Right, I think.
I think it was.
Oh wait, wasn't it Cosmonaut?
Cosmonaut was one that said that he's not a beloved character.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah,
Fucking
that's right.
huge
That was
miss.
wild.
Ugh. when he tops all of the fucking records for that, typically speaking, which is not even about whether or not it should be there. He just is. And that should have told him they were making a huge mistake. Oh well. Congrats on 300. May the rhino milk flow to all the massives.
Aha.
May it flow. Madness. This is EFAP.
Yeah.
Said we'll try and get him. First anniversary in a couple of years that didn't happen when I had guests distracting me. Awesome. First anniversary watching without my wife. Complete horseshit. Oh well, yeah, it's better to watch it with someone, I guess. And share in the memery. I will be starting with a pour of Remus Repeal Reserve Bourbon and will update periodically. When I stop updating, the whiskey has won. Alright, well. And I hope you nail it. You
I hope you had a good time.
You have fleamish hands, Mr. Massive. You've been counting grumbos all your life. Sometimes he throws that in, sometimes he doesn't. Yeah, actor Michael Douglas. 6 years in a movie. Well, we've done the 6 years, so I guess we got to make the EFAP movie now. Give us time. We'll do it.
That's true. I think that's the rule. 6 years and you got to do a movie.
Actually,
How many? Well, I mean, take The Simpsons, right? How long was that on TV before it got a movie?
A lot longer than
It was,
6.
It was 6 seasons. That's right. It was 6 seasons. So I mean, now we gotta do ours.
Yes. I've played over 1,000 hours of MGS5. I like it.
I do too.
Wonder what that would have been in response to. Did someone suggest we had to play a game for 1,000 hours? Because probably a few that I've played for that long.
Yeah, it's not that strange. If gaming is your primary hobby or one of your bigger hobbies, you'll put 1,000 hours in a game over time.
Yeah, I wonder how unusual I would think that actually is, because like a lot of people, how many games is the average person playing in a year versus how much time are they spending playing whatever games it is that they bought? You know what I mean? Like how many people buy, more than 10 games a year, for instance?
I don't know.
I don't know. The average.
That's the amount of people who
maybe...
buy just FIFA or just Call of Duty, or they just play Fortnite or League of Legends, for example. Yeah. Yeah, Candy Crush as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking do you think that, well, maybe we can ballpark it. Do you think the average gamer buys 2 games a month?
No, I don't think so.
Think it's less?
I think it's less for sure.
Okay.
2 games a month? Nah, not the average person.
To be fair, if we're talking about some indie game on Steam that costs $2.99, they might be picking them up. If we're talking about like full releases, I mean, well, I wouldn't even know to begin in terms of guessing something like that, because it would be all over the place, I think.
So would you say it's at least
maybe the question should be how much do you think people are spending on games per month?
I guess that gets complicated, because if we're factoring in live service, it could end up being a lot more than you would think.
Yeah.
It could be that someone plays one game, but they're spending like $200 a month or something ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either. I suppose that's the reality.
It's tough to think about.
300 more years of this toxic brood.
Haha.
That's great, isn't it? I learned how to ride a bike today. I'm 26. Well,
hey,
never too late.
That's good that you learned how to ride a bike.
Hope you have some fun.
Now you could ride it to work. You can ride it to your Where else would an adult go? I think that's it. You can ride it to work.
There's just so many places. Yeah.
You can ride to the bar on your bike, and you could have a really fun time riding it back from the bar.
You can go to the bike shop.
Yeah, if your bike has a malfunction, you can go take it there. That's true. That's true.
You can go to, oh wait, do they ever say like don't drink and cycle?
Don't drink and pedal?
I feel like you don't hear that much, even though we probably should.
I think it's because cyclists are just so beloved and well liked by the general population that they just don't feel the need to have to, say that sort of thing. Or maybe they're like, you know what, we should encourage them to drink and drive so that they die and get out of the fucking road.
A Jim Sterling video? No, Bola, I begged you. Beg hard enough. Happy 300, my dear Massives. Happy 300.
Oh, happy 300th. Yeah, thank you.
EFAPing across the universe, always watching new shows, but things keep getting worse. Well, you get some highlights here and there.
Well,
like
you know what they say.
That was a nice highlight once.
That was a good highlight. Remember how amazing the first season was, and then they stopped?
Just stopped, yeah. Why are we talking about EFAP 300 when EFAP 350 is coming out? Also, here's to another 1.2 billion years of my favorite show by far. Also, hi and hi, Rags.
Hello to you.
Oh, when they said
1.2
also
billion
hi,
years.
they put a little
Sorry, I thought
chicken emoji. I don't know if
Wait,
that's meant
what?
to be.
Chicken?
Yeah, I guess that's for you,
Oh,
Fringy.
that's fun. I like chickens.
Oh,
Chickens
cool.
are great.
They're fun. They're fun animals.
Delicious.
Animals. Clown sticks are great because they make me laugh. Well,
They don't make me laugh. They make me cry.
I hate them.
I mean, it's a funny word. That's all.
Yeah.
Clown stick.
Sticks.
Whenever I'm playing a fucking for aiming with a controller, I can't resist. I'm just like, oh, here we fucking go. With the clown sticks again, being unable to be precise, and then all the usual arguments come in. It's like, well, I'm good with them. You can be good with a banana. I've seen it. People
You're
have
good with
completed
them
Dark Souls with
because
a banana.
the game is playing for you, but okay.
There's also the aim assist, yeah, which
The
is
same
fucking
aim
annoying
assist
too.
in some games.
Happy anniversary.
Haha!
Well, thank you. Thoughts on Destroy All Humans and Happy 300. Thank you.
Happy 300.
Well,
Have you played that game?
I don't think I've had any significant amount of gameplay with it. Like, I think I picked it up at some point. I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, I played Destroy All Humans. That's a fun game. It's a very sardonic, sort of cynical tone, which I enjoy. It's a fun game, and the sequel's fun too. I don't know about any of the ones that came afterward though. I don't think those were, as I understand it, those weren't so good.
I never played it. I know of it though.
Happy anniversary and keep being gay. No problem.
Hey, will do.
EFAP's 6th anniversary return of the Fappers. Can't wait for the 7th, I think.
Hooray!
Who knows what'll happen. With this episode, EFAP 150 is now the middle, and thus my favorite part. My god, I remember the
Ooh,
middle.
that's a reference. Yeah.
Middle's the good stuff. That was why Game
The
of Thrones
middle.
failed, is people liked the middle.
I think that was where Mihai Cheek Sent Me High came in. I think he
Such-
was in that episode.
That's such a great little example. Not that we've had countless ones anyway, of just how much video essays fucking suck. Like, I just
Yeah.
came up with this absolute nonsense. Let me justify it intellectually and also cite, like, expert. You're like, shut up. Nobody, like, the ending, as if, like, it's like, oh, Sopranos, some people complained about the ending, Lost, people complained about the ending, and Game of Thrones just the next in a long line, and that's because people don't like endings, they only like middles. It's like, where the fuck did you get that from?
Who are you? Who let you out of
Let's
the
just
insane
not
asylum?
let's not name all the countless endings to TV shows that people adore. We'll avoid that. Ugh. Silly, ridiculous as well. 6 years of ruining media. Friends, from the high of tonal to the low of boogie, from arcane to acolyte. Oh no, that doesn't work as well anymore. From arcane to acolyte, you know.
From Arcane to Acolyte. I mean,
I mean, a
Acolyte
statement's
was
being made, regardless.
listen, just because the Acolyte was better than Arcane Season 2, I think, doesn't mean that we have to talk about it or dwell on it.
There's so much that's been done, so much yet to come. Keep on killing art, for it's my only joy. And
Yo, nice. Kill that art.
kill it dead.
Take a knife to that child, or art.
Happy 300th birthday. Not to go full emo, but I've been watching EFAP from the very beginning in the last few months. From the beginning for the last few months, and it helps with a lot of anxiety. So here's to 1,000 more.
Oh, hey.
Yes, nipples.
Tipples indeed.
Apples.
Well, yeah, I'm very glad to hear that it can do that. Obviously, we try to create a sense, not that it's not literally happening, because we tend to spend a lot of time together anyway, but a sense of, as a comfortable environment where we're just hanging out, and could sort of gain some sense of stability with that. That's what's reliably going to be coming at you every episode, hopefully, no matter if we're covering some crazy YouTubers or some wonderful or nonsensical media, you never know. Energy drink at the ready, here for the whole day. I know some of you would have made it with us throughout the whole
Some of y'all
experience.
did.
Yeah,
Not many, but some.
some crazy people out there.
Pretty wild.
We thank you for it. We love having some company in the suffering. Certainly in those last few hours, it's bed starts to become an absolute
Very
necessity.
tantalizing.
Yes. Happy 300 Massives. Thank you for your entertainment and quality content you provided over the years. Rewatching the EFAP movies on Wish Upon made me laugh on my darkest day. Much love to all of you guys. Here's to 300 more EFAPs. Cheers.
Wish Upon is that's a
I just still remember how
right there.
excited I was because you and Wolf hadn't seen the movie, right?
No, that was the first viewing for me.
And I was just, I couldn't stop thinking about the ending, but the other parts of it were pretty funny. It's just that I was like, oh, when they see
It was funny all the way through.
It
And then they
was.
just
I
put
really
some
like
ice
Wish
on
Upon. It's, I would have loved a sequel, but, fate decided that it shouldn't get one. It's cruel, but there we are. What an earnestly stupid. It's like, because we saw a film called Tarot and it was terrible.
Terrible.
There's no like, oh, but it's funny with how they do certain deaths, or it's funny with how bad the dialogue is. It's like no, none of that. And it's an interesting comparison of bad because they're both kind of similar in terms of just how bad they are, but the entertainment factor so different, And I wish we had more.
They do feel very different.
Wish we had more of the Wish-Upons in the world, which we try to find and get some more episodes of EFAP about. Though, like So Bad It's Good movies, we could have an arc for that. We haven't actually done that properly,
That could be a really long arc because there's a lot of films that.
Well, we would cap it, but it would be hard to figure out which one's the ones that we should use.
Well, you got the classics, But
Yeah.
then there's like the new So Bad That They're Good, the less, clearly defined, the less agreed upon So Bad It's Good.
Well, people would want us to finish it with The Room, I'd imagine.
Of course. Or
Only
Birdemic.
makes sense.
No, I guess it would be The Room. Garbage Day! I know it's not The Room.
What's which movie is that from? You said Maximum Overdrive, right?
I think it's Silent Night,
Oh.
Deadly Night 2.
2.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Oh yeah, Troll 2 is another one, yeah. There's
Yes,
lots.
of course.
But guys, EFAP is media illiterate, Southpaw says. Well, I mean,
hey,
lots
there
of
you go.
people think we're media illiterate.
That's
and we're
true,
still here, bitches.
That's right, literate that.
We can literate. Look at us go.
We'll be literating for years.
Is overrated, goddammit.
Oh my god. Happy anniversary, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Happy 6th. Hi, Rags, Fringy, crew. Enjoy, everyone. Aw. Well, thank you.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Congrats on making it to 300 Massives. You've inspired me to create my own critique channel, but for indie comics. Thanks for all the great tisms. No problemo. You keep at it.
Mm-hmm.
That shit reviewed. Get your perspective out there.
Do it!
Do it. Just do it.
If
Sometimes that does come into my mind every...
dream come true!
Like, it's such a meme, but it's still true, though.
I know. That's what I love about it. It's totally... Because, of course, it's almost silly. Just do it! It's like, well, but he's right. Just do it.
Because it's such a great little... Like, your mind will be like, but what about... The whole point is like, shut the fuck up, just do it!
I love the I think my favorite part about that is like at the end when I don't know how to describe it, like right at the end he does this weird gesture where like he sort of holds his arms.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
down,
about. He goes to like grab something and crush it, sort of.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Returning to, I don't know, one of the stances that you need to return to for like Tai Chi or something.
Where did that come from? Is that part of like some weird thing that you just decided to record, like, or was it from a movie or something?
I think I have no idea.
Because I don't know either. I never found out where that was from.
God, that shit was so funny.
Just do it.
Didn't he? He
Don't
did
let
it
your
in front of
dreams
a
be
green
dreams.
screen as well, didn't he?
Did he what? Sorry.
He did it in front of a green screen as well.
Yeah. So you could just put it anywhere. Which is always funny to see him turn up in different memes. Just do it.
He was he was in the Transformers movies.
That's when he was doing. Well, even Stevens, right? That's where I
Oh
first saw
god,
him.
was he in Holes, the movie Holes?
He
was
was.
he
That
in
was. It's so interesting that he's kind of. There's several actors that I feel like I have actually grown up with. Because in even Stevens, I'm pretty sure he was just like a kid, and it was not a show that I felt like it was discount Malcolm in the Middle in terms of just like
Well, yeah,
entertainment
because that
value.
was a Disney Channel. That was like a Disney Channel show, wasn't it?
I think so, and then
And then
in
Holes was a
school.
Disney movie.
Because I think Mel mentioned they showed Holes in his school, and that we had it in ours as well. It was supposed to I think we read the book, and then we were supposed to watch the movie and just talk about it.
I don't remember a thing about that movie. I
I don't.
remember
That's the thing. I
anything
feel
about
bad,
it.
but I think it's just like a prison for kids, and they all have to dig holes, and they don't understand why. That's all I can remember anymore. It's completely gone.
And then it was Transformers.
Yeah,
And
which was like,
that
oh,
was
look at him
after
go, and he was doing normal action hero things. They just went nuts. But
that. I guess
he will
got
not
3
divide us
movies
shit
out
is
of it.
so funny.
I just what a bizarre trajectory.
Yeah.
Like,
The guy
yeah,
had
you know,
issues.
even Stevens, then Holes, then
He was in
Transformers, then Just Do It.
He was in Megalopolis, I think. So
Was he?
yeah, good for him.
Is he still? So he is still doing stuff then.
Well, part of someone might be able to correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think part of the casting choices in Megalopolis was supposed to be to choose people who are kind of either like they've been cancelled or that they've been sort of ignored, because that's why John Voight's in there as well, and a few other people. Like Coppola wanted to grab like a selection of people that you just don't see as much anymore, I think.
Okay.
Man, that's a movie where I just don't know if I'm ever gonna watch it.
I have no interest in watching it myself. Like, I don't know. That just seems like one of those movies of how was there anybody who was convinced that this was going to be profitable?
Oh yeah, Adam Driver was in it, wasn't he? Poor guy.
He was. Yeah.
He wanted to make it work, I'm sure.
I'm sure he did, but nobody watched it. Like, fucking nobody watched it.
Hello! Happy 300 to the best toxic brood. Cute animal of the month, the Lowland Streaked Henrek. What a name.
That's I don't even know what to imagine this critter is gonna
Let's see.
is gonna be.
He's catch me off guard. I try and prep him sometimes, but oh my god, it's dealing with Pikachu here. Or Zapdos, but without the wings.
Oh, God, okay, man. I'm so yeah. He's like, yeah. I think that's an apt. He's Zapdos, but like a little rat.
Yeah, this he feels. I can't help but think of Pokemon looking at
strange
this.
critter. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a Jolteon.
I can imagine him
kinda.
now. I choose you. And pops out. Oh no,
It's just a real animal.
He'll be a little clunky, but
Runs
I
away.
choose you, Lowland Streaks Tedrak. Like, okay, yeah.
And then I presume that his only abilities are tackle and leer.
Yeah. Gotta evolve him. He'll be unstoppable. Oh! So they also wanted us to check out for a special EFAP 300. Oh, Jesus. I actually feel like I'm breaking TOS by presenting this animal. It's a joke.
Maybe don't
worry.
That, then.
Well, fuck that. I don't care. Like it's so this thing is called the Atretachuana Izelti. I don't know if that's pronounced correct, but look at him go.
Oh yeah, we've been shown this before.
Well,
yeah,
he's beautiful.
He's like is he a snake?
Wonderful.
Yes, I think
so.
Yes.
Or something?
Is he a snake?
I believe he is a snake from some of the random references I've seen surrounding the results, but there was some other pictures that make him look a little different and potentially like something else.
Like a worm, or
yeah, like a worm. Yeah,
like a rope, or like a big piece of taffy, or
yeah, like a rope.
He does look like a rope.
Let him go.
You could just
Anyway,
grab it and tie
yeah.
it in a knot. Just throw it over your shoulder and.
You
Eat
are
some
not
more.
a woman, Jim, for fuck's sake. Oh, such anger. Did you happen to see that clip? I don't know what podcast it was where Jim Sterling talks to a couple of other people and announces that they're pregnant or that they have
Oh
pregnancy feeling.
yeah.
It was something to do with like my body believes it is pregnant, and so now I can choose any father I want. So look out. And the rest of the people on the podcast are
I don't
like,
understand.
"What?"
What?
And I think it's
Yeah.
Yahtzee that just goes, "Okay." it's like
Yeah,
one of the
what are you
most
even supposed to do with that?
I don't know.
I don't know what you would say to something like that.
But yeah, you know, it's I guess just the joke did land. I don't know, but it's a really funny clip if you could find it. Congrats, EFAP, on 300. I want to thank you. For the past year, I discovered you guys at the end of September, and for a depressed mid-20s guy living at home, you helped keep me sane. Love y'all. Well, I hope you're doing A-okay. And yeah, you know, you got plenty more on the way for all the different things that we're gonna have some fun with, media-wise. And thank you very much for letting us know. Happy anniversary, you massives. More years of great stuff from you lads. The chat, the meme makers, let it be praising the good or condemning the sludge. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more of both of those.
Hooray.
What the hell is even that? Another great quote. Yo, congrats on 300. Hoping for 300 more. I mean,
300
probably.
more? Yeah, it's in the cards. It'll
Probably pull
happen.
that off, I think so, yeah.
We'll get there.
I want a Mrs. Doubtfire remake with Jim. I saw some people talking about Mrs. Doubtfire recently, and the conversation was who's the villain in that film, and a lot of people were siding on Mrs. Doubtfire being the absolute bad guy.
I've not seen that film in a long time, so I don't
I
really remember much about it at
A
all.
bit long.
I would need to
for
rewatch
me
it,
as
but I
well.
thought the conclusion at the end was kind of like you probably shouldn't have done this, but that, you know, it's prompted a result that's workable or something. Because it was insane, like the, you know, pretending to be their nanny and dressing up as a old woman with prosthetics and stuff. Makes for a fun movie, I guess, though.
Does make for a fun movie.
Happy 6th birthday. EFAP is your life now.
Some days it feels like that.
Some days.
Especially when you're streaming for 24 hours.
Yeah,
it's
a
like,
little
well,
bit.
this is my life.
Happy 6 years, you massives. You should check out Blue Eye Samurai on Netflix, or if you've already seen it, I'd love to hear your thoughts. It's not perfect, but I think it's worth a watch. Kisses and hugs. Aww. Well, I think I watched an episode or two. I didn't get quite hooked on it, but I don't believe anyone here has spent any more time with it.
I haven't seen it.
I have not seen it.
Can't really
no.
offer many thoughts. Fair enough. Congrats on 300. Thank you for countless hours of entertainment, and here's to at least 300 more. Also, Buffy streams when? I mean, it has become an ancient meme of will it ever happen, but I have lots of laid out very long-term plans, okay? And maybe one day I will be able to complete something on those plans that will allow something else to be completed, etc., until we reach some of the things I've got long distance. But you'll have all of these crazy things. There's going to be a time where, like, several things come out, and I'll be like, this is what I was talking about for, like, 2 fucking years working on or some shit. So I'm sure it'll all make sense. 100%. Definitely. It's not going to be completely strange and unrecognizable. Not whatsoever. Yo, 300.
Yo.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks
No-
for being here to be a part of it.
No joke, I appreciate this podcast in so many ways. Don't agree with everything y'all say, but I have so much respect for what you guys strive for. Keep up the discussions, my dudes. Also, hi, Rags.
Hello to you.
Also, very nice. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for being here.
Wouldn't it depend on the game and its marketing? If Animal Crossing hit a From Software difficulty spike at a certain point, I'd have felt lied to by the game's marketing. Oh, sure. There's an expectation.
Expectations play into it, yeah, because Animal Crossing is a casual game. Like
I will
it's
say, though,
it's a game where you're meant to be nice and chill and go on little adventures in your little town with Tom Nook and all the other critters.
a lot of people would say there are assortment of Nintendo games that are very chill when it comes to difficulty, to the point of, like any given level in certain platforming, or it kind of expands to all of them. Will be like, do you want some extra health, invincibility, blah blah blah, to make sure that you can get through this, and that to me is like fine, especially considering the market for those kinds of games. But man, do I appreciate it when it's like, you've completed the campaign, do you want to play some bonus missions? And then you do, and then you reach one that's like actually fucking almost
Quite
impossible, and you're
yeah.
like, holy shit. And the game's such happy aesthetic is like, oh, you failed, do you want to try again? I'm like, yes.
Like, what the
Yeah, I
fuck
mean,
was that?
I mean, I suppose it's kind of the role, because Nintendo games are very much. I imagine that it's something that they even just consciously recognize, is that this could be someone's first video game, much more so than something like Dark Souls, where they probably weren't thinking, yeah, this could be someone's first game. And so, how do you balance the needs of essentially people who have no familiarity with like games at all, with providing an experience that's going to be entertaining to people who've been playing video games for 30 years?
Man, that's
Um,
crazy.
That's a long time
Yeah.
to play video games.
That is a long time.
I
But
have
the
not
point
yet
being, yeah,
hit 30 years because I don't think I was playing games at 2. I don't think so. But I'm almost
I haven't
there.
hit 30 years.
you
No.
started pretty late then.
Well, so as long as what would qualify? Like, I assume the second that we discover and are very much interested in committing
That's
to
what I
playing
would
them, right?
say counts. Yeah,
Because
as
I
long
had
as you're playing
Probably
regularly.
playing them often enough. You'd have to play them at a certain frequency.
this knockoff crazy, like totally not a Game Boy from some. We went on holiday somewhere and I picked it up, and it had, I think, Tetris, Snake, and 3 other games on it, and I fucking packed so many hours into that thing just trying to beat all of like the, like with Snake trying to get the full screen, or with Tetris to see how long it can go and stuff. So, but that was before I think I'd even played on a Game Boy. So, but I just don't remember how old I was. But I'm excited, man. In the next few years, I'll be able to say I've been playing games for 30 years.
We'll join
That's
the
right.
club,
And
and then we'll have.
Everybody will have to listen to you.
Yep,
That's right.
It'll be over for discussion.
We'll be experts.
It's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm gonna cite that even when it's not relevant.
I've been playing games for 30 years.
I was losing my mind watching the Act Man play Red Dead Redemption 2. His chat unironically wanted him to turn on auto aim because he missed a shot in a gunfight.
What, because you missed like one shot?
Would this be with controllers? I'm not that it really makes a difference.
I mean, it's on PC, so you can play it with mouse and keyboard, I suppose.
Yeah. But I would have thought he would have played it when it came out, right?
No, I think he played it a lot later.
Oh, okay. If you buy a house, Rags, should you have access to every room? Of fucking course. Your crab legs analogy made me laugh, though. Hi, Rags.
Hello. I don't know what the crab leg analogy was, but it was probably something about working for something makes it taste better, or there's a skill behind getting something. I don't know, but
yeah, I could see that.
We were probably talking about why is it the games seem to be something where you buy it but you don't get access to all of the content. You have to actually earn it by completing challenges. So you can buy a game, and if you're not good enough, you, in a sense, do not get what you pay for. But I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's part of video games that I think makes them interesting, and you know what you're going in getting. You're getting challenges in order to progress. You're not owed the ending of that game.
Q always your favorite. I don't know
Q
what that
always
means
your
exactly.
favorite.
The riddle. Q always your favorite. Congratulations on 6 years. It's been a pleasure to analyze media with you gentlemen, for every one of them. Aw, thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks for being here for it.
Yeah. Of all the games, too, RDR2 basically plays itself already with the Deadeye mode, but some retards just don't think that's enough. Kill me.
Fight in the comments section about whether or not Red Dead Redemption 2 is stupid enough and plays itself.
I wouldn't say that, but
Hi, Wumbos. Thanks for all you do. You helped me through a breakup, and I am more confident and communicate effectively with people because of EFAP. Therapy and EFAP has helped me get back on my feet. Hi, Rags.
Hey, well, that's great to hear. Glad that we can help on your journey to blossoming as a social butterfly.
Yeah, not what I would say is conventionally expected to come from a random media podcast, but I suppose we
But
do
hey,
encourage number one for anyone starting up online, and this kind of applies to just your everyday life. So speak well, speak clearly, have a good microphone. That's like the core. Before you
Yep,
even review a thing or say a thing, you should get all those nailed.
it's good to
my
be able
good
to speak
talker.
well, because speaking well and talking real good means that them ideas be better that come out of your brain.
Yeah, what you said.
That's right.
What he done did said.
Yeah, yes,
Shiba
indeed.
dog shaking his hips, saying thank you. Right.
Ooh,
Woot woot, you did it.
sassy.
Did do it.
We did
300
do it,
episodes.
and
It's
we're
kind of
doing it
funny.
still.
The anniversary captures more of like the accurate sort of like whoa kind of thing, because 300 episodes is really not even coming close to capturing just how many episodes or videos rather that there are on Hulu that relate to EFAP. It's like probably more than double that, because
I would say so,
we
probably.
now have a catch up that associates with every episode, and the movies are coming out much more commonly. And then we have the full TV sets
And the
that come out, and the
shows.
supercuts for the games. So, oh boy, eventually, when you say, oh, 300 episodes or 400 episodes or 500 episodes, the reality will be like 2,000 videos.
Hmm.
Congrats on another year of existence, fellas. Thank you.
Anytime, yeah. It was it wasn't that hard. I'm glad to say.
But you nailed it.
Living a but I did it. I managed. We found a way.
Do you guys have any particular piece of media you wish to see a good reboot of, rather than a sequel or prequel? Also, to show you I mean no harm, hi Rags.
Oh, hello. Oh, that's another meme. Yeah, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
I even said hi rags to show I'm at no horn.
Uh,
Um,
hmm.
a reboot?
So, like, because I know I've had answers to this question before. It's like, what movies are out there that you watch and go like, oh man, this premise was good, but film sucks.
I know we've watched movies like that. I mean, what was when evil lurks? That
Oh
was
yeah,
a
we would
movie
have
that we
preferred
watched.
some tweaks on that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but that's a really cool premise, and I liked a lot of it. But it just really needed that extra step, bit tightening up.
I mean, to an extent, all of Saw, all of Elm Street, all
Kind
of
of.
a lot of horror franchises is like, it's funny because you'd be like, oh, but you don't want remakes. It's like, I'd be like, well, but God, there's so much potential with a lot of those examples, and they didn't get to achieve it.
They didn't do the thing. You didn't do the core concept well, like, but once.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are examples, but just
Hmm.
maybe but they said like try to avoid. I mean, that I would be advocating for a reboot. I just don't want to get anywhere near how bad a lot of the reboots are for each of those. Hey y'all, been watching for years and I've enjoyed reacting to people reacting to your reactions of a reaction reacting to a reaction.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's pretty cool stuff.
Fun never ends.
Hey y'all, viewers since 81. This is the first year I went full-time on YouTube making speedrun videos, and y'all criticizing garbage videos helped me immensely. Thanks for 6 years and the career. Wow.
Oh, hey, well, good job on that. I
That
hope
was
your speedrunning
mainly
career is
that was
quick.
mainly you, buddy. Speedrunning and making videos digestible in that sense. That's good shit. But any influence we had in a positive sense, I'm very glad to facilitate it. These fellas. And everyone else. The cast, the characters, the universe, the rogues gallery, it's all important. You need it all. It's kind of gross that these people have lumped being bad at video games on disabled people instead of game journalists. True. It's
What's the difference?
it's actually kind of I think we covered this, but it's just like there's a lot of fucking people out there who are disabled, and to say to them like, "Oh, would you like the easy mode?" It would be like, "Fuck off!" Like I can
Easy
play
mode.
games,
Don't be so damn rude.
and then games journalists like, "She, Mr. Takahashi himself, impressive." I saw people referring to Synthetic Man's playthrough of Ragnarok as his Takahashi impression. I was like, Peer character dancing under a rain of confetti and taking his hat off to say, "You are amazing." Wow.
Thanks.
That peer
I'm
character
glad
has made
that
a return.
glad that it lets you know exactly what it is that they sent
The,
for the visually impaired.
I
Impaired.
appreciate it. To play devil's advocate, technically there are accessibility settings, just not for disabled people, but for boomers, e.g. Nier Automata plays itself on easy mode so boomers can engage with the story. Well, but that's like the conversation. That applies to everybody. But when I ever first picked up playing any kind of video game, I would have been so fucking awful at it, but I don't know, it just feels like there was a time where they were like, well, get better. I was like,
You got
alright.
an option. There was an option before you to
And there's an
rectify this
experience
problem.
there that's gone with a lot of
Yep,
these now.
That's
That's
yeah,
right.
that's just
That's right.
that's life. Just because you start something, you're not expected to be good at it when you are a beginner and you just start out.
Yeah, I feel like,
Yeah.
because like someone could make an argument for Blinkist. I wouldn't like that. But then I would talk
Well,
about
that instead of like actually persevering and just reading books from beginning to end, that it's better to just
yeah, someone
well,
could
at
say
least I
like,
can
as
get
someone who read through
huh?
loads and loads of books, I've been using Blinkist and it's actually really effective and it's managed to blah blah blah, blah, just whatever.
I don't know. I think that's just if someone said that, I'd be like, oh, I don't think that's like a meaningful observation because like it can't be. It
Well, in the
just
same
can't.
vein,
There's a
someone could say
difference
I
between reading
watched,
a 10-minute summary
I watched The
and
Matrix. It's
reading
like,
a
oh
book.
wow, did you? And it's like, well, I watched 10 videos that were 3-minute clips. Like, what the
It's like,
fuck are you
Watch an
talking
AI
about?
generated summary of the movie.
Yeah, and it's just like, there's a level of engaging with the art as intended by the artist, which is why, of course, there are plenty of examples of games or executions of games that can include a lot of mechanics to make things easier. It's not like we're against that. It's a complicated subject. I think this video was it was making it about disabled people, which is, it would cross the subjects, right? Accessibility and difficulty settings are not the same thing. I've caught every anniversary since 150 live, but this is the first time I actually remembered to fill out the survey, so who cheered for me? Oh, who did? Could
Who
have.
did cheer for you? Who is this mystery cheerer?
They didn't. Fuck them.
Yeah,
Fuck
they
'em.
will be found.
Thanks for 6 years. Also, more EFAP gaming, please. We do have to get on that. We'll figure it out.
We do. That's right.
Boop, boop, boop. Mola, I have a genuine affection for you because of what you've done for me over the past few years. You taught me how to be more critical of media. Well, I mean, glad that's part of the takeaway, I suppose, and appreciate you letting me know.
There's a lot of people out there who hate our guts who would hear that super chat and go, "Wait, this guy's thanking them because they helped him be more critical."
Oh yeah, more critical.
Oh,
You mean nitpickery?
yeah, you mean hate art?
The murdering of art, disgusting death, creativity. But hey, thanks. Another year of this grand series. This time last year I was moving into my house with my GF in Wales, and now it's been a whole wonderful year. Love you guys. Water your jebs, wash your tipples, and high rags.
Hello. You have to water your jibs, or else they'll
Very
die.
running.
And if they die, they can't clap.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, and they
Awful.
need to.
Yeah. Mentioning it, and of course, great advice to follow. EFAP 250 thumbnail was objectively better. Wow. There's not some tournament for all the thumbnails, okay? And I love them
Nope.
all. I think they're brilliant. Omega Ridley kills it every
Yeah,
year.
I mean, the same guy made them all, so he's gonna win no matter what.
He's like, okay, yeah.
A little bit stacked.
I hate adaptive difficulty. If I die and the game makes it easier in response, it makes me feel like I've been denied the chance to do better. I
That
completely
annoys
understand
me
that.
too.
Yeah.
Yes, that annoys
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just a
It's
lot of
like
this
just
stuff
patting
is
you
like
on the
just
head, like, yeah,
let me opt in and
that's
out.
okay.
Yeah, it's like, let me try it. I
Exactly.
want to keep trying, or I want to experiment, and it's okay
Don't
if I
let the
die a bunch.
reminder pop up like, "Hey, you can lower that difficulty." It's like, holy shit, you make it sound like I'm screwing
There
up
should always be an
dramatically
option
here,
to
right?
you
Jeez.
tick a box of never fucking ask me this again.
Or I will
Yeah,
destroy you.
exactly. Don't ask
You
me.
piece of shit. Should chain together be harder or easier? I mean, it's down to the dev, right? what they want to do.
Pretty much. What experience are they trying to facilitate?
Here, near Automata, when play through Route C at least. What that means, but a lot of people have recommended it. But the thing is, my recommendations list is through fucking roof. I've got to get around to everything at some point, and I do want to, and it'll be fun. 4 of it. Can you guys wish Tommy a happy birthday for Wednesday? He's a total lurker, lol.
Oh, hey Tommy, have a good birthday. I hope your birthday was really good, and I hope your upcoming birthday is really good as well.
Yeah, you know what, Tommy?
Even if you lurk, we can still see you. We're watching you.
Even if you lurked through your birthday, we know you're there. We know what you want, and that is to have a wonderful time. And you did, didn't you, Tommy? You fuck. But hey, you got another birthday coming up, and that one's gonna be just as excited. So
yeah, I hope you make
Happy
it to your next
birthday.
birthday, and it's tons of fun, and you
Yeah.
have cake and ice cream and presents.
What's more disgusting, Boogie or SSKTLJ? Discuss. Oh, Suicide Squad Killer Justice League.
The question was what?
What's worse, Suicide Squad Killer Justice League or TLJ?
TLJ.
It's probably TLJ because at least with Suicide
Yeah.
Squad Killer Justice League, it's kind of like dismissible, which
Side,
everyone has
yeah.
done.
Well, and
Like a weird
especially now
side
that
thing.
they've made the ending that
That's hilarious.
that the Justice League aren't dead. It was clones.
It was clones.
Now that that's the case, it actually is completely meaningless and pointless.
May as well be decanonized, which I think most people consider it that anyway.
The Wonder Woman was real. She fucking died.
Yeah. That's such a cope from the devs. They're just like, I'm sorry. And it's like, well, it's too fucking late, isn't it?
It's too late. Everybody felt all of those negative emotions.
You fucked
You
it.
can't just undo that.
You killed
Was that
it.
was it in game in something
Yes.
that they released that
Yeah,
they
like the last DLC or something. But I think it's in the form of images or something, like with text.
Yeah, it's like comic book panels.
It's actually pathetic because they
they don't have money to spend on.
Oh yeah, they was clones.
Clearly cobbled together as a pointless sort of there you go.
Probably came from the execs. They said they're not dead. I don't care what you come up with, but they're not dead.
Why we thought we'd give you all this
someday.
money and time to kill them in the first place is fucking beyond us, but we clearly made a mistake. They probably just didn't have the money to make actual animation, so they had to budget cut and do the comic book style stuff.
Well, it's also just implied, as far as I'm concerned, that they never planned to do this. And they were like, well, we need to fix it.
Shockingly, people fucking hate us.
That's crazy. Never
Wow, who would have thought? Yeah.
A man beat Margit with a fish. Like I said, I have seen all kinds of crazy shit for all the From Software games, and I know I've seen someone beat it with a banana. Have you seen it where they plug it into loads of different like wires and pressing different parts of the banana relate to what would be the controller settings? It's very funny.
Really?
I think I've seen a girl beat Dark Souls with a violin as well. That's something that was set up.
One streamer, she beat 2 bosses simultaneously, one normally, and then one with like a Dance Dance Revolution pad that she was standing on, and she simultaneously beat 2 bosses at once, which is insane.
Kind of awesome.
Kind of crazy, but that is awesome. I would say y'all need to get a hobby, but I guess that's your.
I guess that's the hobby.
That's your weird ass hobby.
Happy anniversary, EFAP. Question about Boogie. If he had a different version of cancer once upon a time, why lie about a new one? Stupid and scummy, great combo. Well, because it's active. Gets him more sympathy. What's the point of a cancer he's defeated? That's not going to get any sympathy. It's boring.
What's the point in winning?
Joe, to this day, there was like a random thought of just how much can any of them comment on the nature of, let's say, like a dubious or scammy sort of like situations. And I think Boogie tried to sort of advocate that he actually has better standing and history and experience to be able to comment on this stuff than Wings. And then Wings just says, "You lied about cancer. You can't say anything." And then there was like a pause, and then Boogie went, I might have that cancer. I may still. And it's just like, shut up.
Yeah,
You
I might have cancer, but I've got no symptoms or signs or anything. Like it's lurking beneath the skin. That doesn't give me
it's
license to
like
say, well, I could have cancer.
so desperate to just claw back, you know, that you'll take every opportunity. It's like it's gone. You'll never have it back. Everyone thinks you're a lying piece of shit because you are. On accessibility, Mr. Nasty Nate is a disabled RuneScape player who beats endgame content using a breath controller. You don't need to make things easier to make things accessible. This thing is an ongoing discussion, and I don't like the notion that like the way that people advocate for the disabled on this subject is frustrating a lot of the times.
They're just
And
pawns. They treat them like pawns
the way it
in
bleeds
the
into
game.
just the general conversation about difficulty and then the undermining of the experience of defeating challenges in video games, there's so much to it that's so annoying. One of my proudest moments of my baby years was beating a Gradius clone called Life Force on the NES without using a Game Genie. Learning the pattern and using the right power-ups made for a very rewarding experience. I mean, we've all had those experiences, right? Like, games that are just fucking tough, and then you beat them.
Those Gradius games, they are difficult. I played Gradius, I think Galaxies on the Game Boy Advance, and that was a tough game. It took me a while to beat that game and to learn that game, but I was really glad when I finally got good enough to play it, and as my skill increased and I learned the bosses and stuff.
Another point that often gets left out is that even with a single easy, normal, hard selection, you're asking devs to balance the game 2 more times. That's a lot of resources and things can go wrong. Yeah, this is the thing. You got to take... This is actually a whole other topic that I know me and Rags talk about a lot, is the nature of executing difficulty changes. You can tell they made the game for one difficulty, and then they, like, if they're forced to make other ones, they'll just be like, well, half the health or double the health, done. Like,
Yeah.
oh...
Let me
That's no
guess, the enemies
fun.
are a lot spongier and they deal a lot more damage. Okay, but it's
Crazy, crazy
identical
idea.
otherwise. Wow, that's fun.
Yeah, and
Killing Floor
so
3 better not let us down.
I doubt it, right? Killing Floor is kind of one of the ones that's a
Everyone
go-to
likes
for
that,
this sort
yeah.
of thing.
Yep.
But yeah, we're talking 99% of fucking video games do it this way, and you could be like, "Oh, that sucks." And it's like, yes, but at the same time, we know why. It's because they don't have time to. They didn't make the game with the intention of creating very significant and meaningful difficulty changes. So some just commit to not having any difficulty changes. They're just like, nope, this is the experience of the game, play it, and that's also fine. This conversation is enormous and very interesting to me at all levels. But Lewis said I had to finish that game. Lewis can be a bit of an asshole about that.
A bit of a drama queen.
Yeah.
You all
Some
know
people
Lewis.
wonder if he even would kill based on people not completing games, because that's the reputation. But is it true? I don't know. I'll have to test him out a little bit someday. If everything goes well, I shall build my first PC next week, and then I will finally be able to
Hey!
play the games I own again after 2 long, painful years. Ah,
Hell yeah! That'll be a
exciting
good feeling,
stuff.
finally having a good, PC and everything set up.
I'd say so. Wonderful. I like it when the game tells me the mechanical differences between difficulties, like 20% less resources looted, enemies alerted twice as fast, etc. I way prefer if we're gonna do the they have more health thing, if you have a full listing and it reflects a lot of different things, including resource management, I'm like much more sort of interested in that. Like drop rates are changed, or the environment has less items to
You get
benefit
less
from.
stuff to work
It
with.
just feels like someone actually thought through it somewhat. They were like, oh, if we're going to change something, we should probably change lots of things. It just makes everything more pressure, which is acceptable. But what you really love to see is like, a change in the AI's behaviors that make them more difficult to deal with, more unpredictable maybe. So there's lots of alternatives.
Yeah, different move sets, or just enemies move faster, or they just the fact they attack faster. You have less windows of safety.
Mm-hmm.
Just generally, just less margin for error.
My favorite was Five Nights at Freddy's Ultimate Custom Nights Hardest Mode. Had a description of, "We are not sure if this is possible. Happy 300." Yeah, I mean, some games like to push it so high that they're just like, best of luck. The hyper
Someone out there will
fans.
like this.
Yeah, somewhat. Happy anniversary, lads. What a time it's been. Thanks for all the fun over the years. Cheers. You. Made it. Thanks for all the entertainment through the years. A similar comment. Thank you.
Aha.
I'm currently on EFAP 29, so we hit 300 before I hit 30. The foreshadowing. Boogie has already been mentioned. I can see the incoming character arcs. Yeah, we mentioned on a different catch-up, is very much set up, that whole arc. It comes really early on. Me and Friggy have several references here and there to tracking him somewhat. 300. Thanks for all the years. No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
This will be a huge wash if Boogie doesn't show up. Thanks for all the entertainment, Massives. No way he would want to come on
Oh
here.
boy.
He's also not allowed to go on shows that aren't, like, lolcow related now, I think, contractually or some shit. It's all got to be on there. Just rewatched Among Us stream. So much fun. Please play again soon. Mauler making during one match. You said how excited you were for Amnesia Rebirth. Aww. Of course I was. That was the sequel to Dark Descent. That's... Man.
Yeah.
Know how it goes.
That game was really bad and it sucked and I hate it.
It was really, really fucking bad. It's a fantastic example of how not to do a horror game, which is insane because the Dark Descent would be one of my picks for how best to do a horror game. Oh well, like I wasn't, the whole thing with Soma, you're like, okay, so they won't be doing one as thought-provoking ever again, but that's okay. That doesn't mean you can't make a good game. The world failed Soma. The world failed it.
It did.
To be clear, I love the thumbnail, the wobbliness, the snorkel. It's just that for me, it doesn't beat the retro aesthetic of the 250 thumbnails. Well, looks like you have a preference, and that is A-okay. Who knows what we'll get next time. Do 300 more years of good rat.
Hooray!
Lead. Happy anniversary, you absolute massives. Long man bad, Fringy as a bird, and hello, Rags.
Hello!
Fair enough. I've heard a lot in my life. What is your opinion when someone is hacking a game to make it more difficult? I'm currently playing Pokemon Renegade with a ROM hack for more difficulty. Fine, I guess.
Fine with that. Yeah, I don't see what the issue is.
I mean, you don't even have to hack games. You can just choose not to engage with certain mechanics if you want to give yourself a challenge. But that's the difference between talking about like what the game is as is versus what you can do to it to make it better, right? Like mods or hacks or self-imposed challenges and all that stuff. It's an interesting conversation. The grown man with watermelons stuffed up his dress is calling us weird. All the internet is these days, is everyone calling each other weird.
Oh, I thought you meant that's all the internet is these days, grown men with watermelons.
Everyone's got their watermelons. The trailers from old to new show the complete trend change. The announcement trailer looked like an Apex trailer, even down to the animation style.
Dragon Age, I guess.
Could be, yeah. Well, it could be everything that they're talking about.
I mean, but yes, the trailer comes across as like, hey, look at all these wacky characters. Rather than, like, look at this, world and story.
Look at this graph. One of the things that Jim is ignoring is that difficulty options aren't a choice made in a vacuum. It'll have knock-on effects on the rest of the game that many will simply hate. Also, happy 300.
Oh, thank you very much.
One of the easiest ways to explain it is development time has to be allocated to creating difficulty settings. Development time that could have been spent on other things if you had one difficulty setting. Again, it's a choice that can be made. Indeed, it's a choice a lot of games make, but it's not something that ought to be imposed on every developer. It's ridiculous to say that.
I didn't play Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach because you have to destroy the animatronics in the campaign. I still watched 2 separate playthroughs of it. I didn't boycott it, I just didn't want to play it myself. There can be reasons to not play a game that isn't just being salty or insidious. True. I'm curious though, you didn't want to play it because you didn't want to destroy the animatronics? Like you didn't think that matched the story maybe, or you like them too? Fair enough, though. You can indeed refuse to play a game for all kinds of reasons. The Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I know. Patrician TV mentioned in his first Skyrim playthrough that when he was doing the Companions quest and he was essentially forced into becoming a werewolf, or else that entire faction quest line just stalls. Then yeah, that's what killed his first playthrough, because he hated the idea of being forced to make that kind of a character decision in order to progress.
Mm-hmm.
And that just left a really sour taste in his mouth, and reasonably so. That's kind of fucking wild that quest line exists like it does. But yeah, some people are like that. It really rubs me the wrong way when I'm playing a game and in a mission they say, "Yeah, just do this thing," especially nonchalantly, like they just expect you to do it. And then you're like, "Well, what? No, this is an RPG. I'm playing a character. There's no way I would ever do this. This is madness."
No. Is water. The Wolfenstein series at least used to have difficulty selections that made fun of you and warned you based on your choice. You can't have that anymore. It's offensive. Calling people a baby. Rude. Difficulty where every time you miss a shot, a side character comes in from off screen, says, "Here, let me." Takes your gun off you and gets a kill shot. That sounds
Here you
wonderful.
go, buddy. If you need me again, I'll be just
right
off
here.
screen.
From Software's AI is pathetic, still like Demon Souls. Well, it is in a lot of cases, but the thing is, story-wise, they're all zombies or undead. So, like, having them wander toward you and sometimes get stuck on certain things is like, it can be very appropriate. But of course, that excuse doesn't land when they start to glitch out, or they can't path properly at all, or they kill each other when they, the obviously unintended stuff. Because there is a certain way that you're meant to code certain enemies, I suppose, and certain things can be said about how well executed it is based on what they're supposed to be. But From have never been top of their game for AI, I would say. Getting your back scratched feels amazing.
It does feel really good. I mean, like, it is really stellar.
My 5th anniversary, so I will finally pitch in. I come with a request, of course. Watch The Sopranos. I know it's an investment in time, but I assure you it's worth it. My favorite serialized drama, Toodle Pip. So that's been near the top of the we need to do this list for a long time. I don't know what's gonna
because I have not seen it.
Move it into actually being watched, but it's annoying too because you see memes and clips, and I'm just like, fuck, I really gotta see this show. It's taking me so long. I want them to be able to distinguish ranged players from melee players, from healers, etc., and target the biggest threat or the weakest link.
Goodbye.
Fair enough. Also good reference. I'm asleep now. See you in the morning. Good night.
Good night.
Quitter! You're a quitter! Thank you for 6 years of twitted tipples. This is my only FAP in life. Wow.
Only FAP in life.
Yeah, sometimes that is the case. This could be only FAP. I think they've made something called OnlyFaps.
Probably.
Probably
I'm
unnecessary.
not going to put that into my Google search bar, but I'm just going to assume that yes, there is an OnlyFaps out there.
300 episodes of pausing every frame, minus minis, TV, movies, gaming. Impressive. Cheers. Also, hi, Rags and Fringy.
Hello.
Wait, is being immortal a disability?
No.
Like the ability to die has been disabled? I think most would consider it a power or an addition, but I think inevitably anybody who has it would start to feel like maybe it's not so great. Enough time passes. Happy 300. Always great to get these anniversaries land on my birthday. Cheers to everyone. Cheers.
Cheers to you.
Do wearing glasses people count as disabled?
Yes.
I think technically, right?
I think so. It's a weird one because if you draw a scale between perfect vision and blindness, is the second you step away from perfect vision disabled, or
I mean,
when
I
it
don't
starts
know,
to
but
become a meaningful hindrance, on your
probably it, yeah.
daily operations, I would call it a
that's probably what
disability.
it is.
But technically, if you need glasses, that is to correct a disability of a kind. But it's such a like it is a negligible impact on your life to the point where people even use it to like accessorize and stuff, and
Or
it
people
becomes
just
kind
forget
of
they're
part of
wearing
their look.
glasses sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
It
the
is
worst with
interesting because you'll have even older people who like need it to read and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, where's my glasses?" Because it's just so normal for them to have it and use it. They don't even think about it. So they're like, "Oh, where's my glasses?" Like Velma Dinkley, the actual Velma, not the fucking abomination Velma.
Mm-hmm. Skill issue, Jim to a legless veteran. Hey, we probably had Mark on. He's half a legless veteran when he doesn't have his leg on, I guess. So,
Yeah, I mean, if you lose your legs, that's not going to be too much of an impact on video games, I would imagine.
suppose,
Unless
yeah.
Dance Dance Revolution is
That's the
probably going to be a little
important,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah, that's that one's going to be a little bit tough, but I suppose you could do it with your hands, couldn't you? There's no reason why you couldn't.
Wasn't
If
that
anything,
Hmm?
could you do it with your hands?
well,
I
yeah,
was
I
thinking if
imagine
that was
so.
like something that happened in South Park.
That's
Because
definitely.
there
I've seen
was
videos of people doing that for sure.
yeah, I guess you could do that. Mr. Boss also, he liked Dance
He
Dance
did.
Revolution.
He
You
was
Yes, he
very
remember?
into
did.
it.
He did. He did.
No, he wasn't having as much fun because he kept screwing it up.
Well, you know, he was getting
Wait, wait,
distracted by
wait,
Pim and
wait,
Charlie asking
hold on.
stupid
God
questions.
damn it! Okay, go. What's up? Well, there's just these new people moved over and across the street called the Frowning Friends, and Frowning Friends.
Frowning friends.
Is that a problem? No, no, Pim. It's just a bit of healthy competition.
Yeah.
And he's got that squid where you can see his gums, a very gummy smile. Oh, Mr. Boss. Wait! One more thing. Whatever you do, don't go beyond the rickety bridge. Because you'll get lost! And shuffling, just shuffles past him. Goes back to the party. Ah, good times.
Great character. I used the visual accessibility features in God of War Ragnarok and beat New Game Plus on the second hardest mode. Didn't notice any changes in timing or damage taken from the Let's Plays. Would have been disappointed if I did. Also, happy 300. Well, thank you. And yeah, visual accessibility meaning like color blindness or something else.
It is the only thing. It's like the only positive I could say about Star Wars Outlaws is that it had a lot of accessibility options for people.
That's what I said about
However,
Last of Us
the
2.
disabled don't deserve that game.
The
No one
accessibility
deserves that
options
game.
in a lot of modern games like that are kind of amazing in terms of like what they offer and how they counter a lot of different visually impaired, etc. Things. But yeah, you know, there's a line crossed when it's like we'll change the color of enemies, we'll have labels that are bigger or drop shadows and all these different things to account for the transfer of information to the player versus we're gonna make everything way easier. Like, well, that's a different thing. That's not the same thing. Happy 300 episodes, my fellow Ewoks. Here's to another 300 more.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah, dude. The difficulty of Kingdom Come Deliverance plays such an important role in the story, reinforcing that Henry is a peasant with no skills or experience. Changing the difficulty takes away core parts of the story. Yeah, no, it can definitely do that. Difficulty can reflect the story for sure. If an RPG came out with a setting... Oh, you know what a good example of that is, actually? There was this person in Outlaws you can come across who... She says something along the lines of, like, I've got a droid that, I want to test out his skills, and I want you to defeat... It's like the Omni droid, where it's like, I want you to fight it so I can, make it better by recording how you defeat it, sort of thing. And she allows you to pick easy, hard, or medium... easy, medium, hard, and you'll get money based on that. So I was obviously like, well, hard. And it's like, all right, 3, 2, 1, go! And you're in like a little combat environment, and, there he is. And I don't even remember what move I used or what weapon I had at that point, but it was an insta-kill. He just blew up. And then her reaction to that was, wow, that was a really tough fight. You know, you guys really laid into each other or something like that. It was like, no.
Why did the programmers think that this fight was just going to be so...
No.
Why did you think I was so shit
Yeah.
that you had to make the NPCs lines, whoa, you had to really struggle for that one, loser?
And it's so funny. It's just like, yeah, I mean, the difficulty actually made it such that the dialogue didn't make any fucking sense. So, like, you gotta be careful with that. If an RPG came out with a setting that skips all dialogue and cutscenes, it would be lambasted for how it treats its story. Why shouldn't an option to remove the gameplay be viewed equally bad? Hey, we came
did
across this one
answer
before.
that one. Yeah, we did.
Well, it looks like they sent it again. I don't know. Fair enough, and good point. Oh boy, 300. Congratulations, you massive flames.
Yeah.
Here's to 300 more. Hi, Rags.
Hello.
Fringo.
Is that
That's
the,
them saying that to you.
with the bloop? Okay.
And remember, Mauler, humans aren't logical. But they can be. They can make logical thoughts and decisions here and there. So it can happen. 6 whole years of quality EFAPs. Huge congratulations to you, and thank you for 300 episodes of top shelf media coverage. Here's to another year, and then some. Thank you so much. What a kind message. And a message that I think is appropriate to, we'll take a break here. This will be the end of part 1 of us
Part 1.
answering
Part 1 of 7.
anniversary super chats. Yeah, I have no idea how long exactly these will be split up into, but this is the first one. So thank you all very much. We appreciate it, and we will see you for the next thing, whatever that may be. Bye for now, though.
Everybody.
Goodbye,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.